Welcome back to the Scholarship Hustle College Recruiting Exposed, the podcast giving athletes and parents the game behind the game. I'm Chris Doelle, and in this episode, we're talking about something every student athlete must master: balancing academics and athletics. You can't have one without the other. Hosting today's conversation is, of course, Coach Esprit, joined by a special guest who's been in the trenches with student athletes, certified national scout, Coach Day. Let's jump in.
Thanks, Chris. Look, everybody wants to ball out. Everybody wants to ball out under the lights. But if the GPA ain't right, then the scholarship doesn't happen, period. So you can be a beast on the field, but if your grades are bad, coaches won't touch you. So today, with the help of Coach Day, our certified scout, we're going to break it down. We're going to break down how to keep your books and your ball in sync.
Yeah, you nailed it, Coach. I've seen too many kids with talent lose out because they couldn't handle the classroom. And it's not just about grades. It's about habits, mindset, and time management. If you can't balance your schedule now, college will eat you up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's talk about why academics are non-negotiable. A solid GPA is essential to play at the college level, as it shows that an athlete is disciplined, responsible, and capable of handling the rigors of being a student athlete. While each sport and college program have different standards, generally speaking, most coaches are looking for a GPA of at least 2.5 to 3.0 for D3 programs, and Division 1 and 2 programs look for at least a 3.0 to 3.5 GPA. Coaches often use it to gauge your work ethic and time management skills. Since most schools have academic requirements in order to be eligible to play, working hard in the classroom now will only help you in college, and it will just become a habit.
Absolutely.
The NCAA requires all athletes to complete core classes in order to be eligible to play at the college level. These core classes are typically your main subjects like English, math, science, social studies, and a foreign language. These are subjects that build the academic foundation that the NCAA uses to assess your academic eligibility. And many people ask, why do these core classes matter so much? And it's because the NCAA uses your grades in your core classes to calculate your core course GPA, which is a critical factor when determining your eligibility. That GPA, along with your standardized test scores like the SAT or ACT, those are also key factors to your NCAA certification. Now let me hit on something that a lot of athletes don't always think about, is transcripts versus highlight reels.
Yes.
We all know how important it is to have an awesome highlight reel, showing off your skills on the field or court. But here's the thing. Transcripts matter just as much, if not more, in the college recruitment process. It's not just about how well you play. It's also about how well you perform in the classroom. They want to know that you're just as committed to your education as you are your sport, that you can manage your time, and that you're willing to put in the effort in the classroom. A strong transcript shows that you're disciplined, focused, and you're ready for the college life. To put it all in perspective, I have a quick story of a kid named Blake, who was a very talented basketball player. I mean, he had the speed, height, agility, and his highlight reel caught many college coaches' attention. And by his junior year, he had received, I think, like 3 D1 offers. But the problem was he was putting in more work on the court than in the classroom, and his grades started slipping. So by the end of his senior year, his GPA had fallen below the NCAA eligibility requirements, and he did end up losing those Division I offers. So it's just a reminder that in the world of college recruiting, academics can't be an afterthought. No matter how good you are in your sport, if you don't stay on top of your grades and meet those eligibility standards, you risk losing out on opportunities to play at the next level.
Oh man, that was a mouthful there. That you hit the nail on the head a couple of times there. And For those that are listening, I hope you're paying attention. So let's jump into this. Let's talk about the academic plan. Your academic plan is your game plan at the end of the day. So for freshmen, don't wait to get serious. GPA starts day one. In these days, everyone wants to be D1. You want D1 attention? You need to do D1 discipline in the classroom. There has to be D1 discipline. Take the ACT or the SAT, but take them seriously. Prep for it like a playoff game.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.
All right, so let's talk about how you balance practice, travel, and homework, right? My suggestion is use planners. Set routines, treat academics like another sport. Finish homework during travel time, communicate with teachers early, but stay organized. Cluttered mind, missing assignments, and missing opportunities are not the way to go.
Let's talk about accountability at home and school. For parents, you play a role in this. You got to help your kid build structure. You can create a consistent routine for your child, and this helps them prioritize their responsibilities and develop good time management skills. I suggest designating a study space that's quiet and distraction-free. And you can also help your child set realistic academic goals like specific grade targets or improving in certain subjects. For coaches, you can check grades, have real conversations, and be consistent. Coaches should actively check their athletes' grades and academic progress. Building a strong relationship with athletes is key. Coaches should make time to have genuine, open conversations with their athletes, not just about sports, but their academic life as well. Consistency is also huge as it holds athletes accountable for both their sport performance and academic responsibilities. Coaches should consistently remind athletes of the importance of maintaining good grades and emphasize the connection between academic success and their long-term goals, both in sports and beyond. As for student athletes themselves, own your effort. Your future is your responsibility. Take responsibility, put in consistent effort, set personal goals, and stay committed for the long-term success.
Absolutely.
Success begins with the right mindset. Are your team, organization, or students ready to elevate their performance in sports, business, and life? Coach Esprit brings real talk and real motivation, pushing individuals and teams to break through their limits. Whether it's corporate leadership or student-athlete success, his proven BES formula, belief plus execution equals success, delivers real results. As the author of 2 empowering self-help books, Coach Esprit inspires athletes, employees, and leaders to perform at their peak. Book Coach Esprit for your next conference, seminar, or team event. Visit CoachEsprit.com now.
All right, Coach, so let's talk about the mindset of a true student athlete. Okay, you're not a football player who happens to go to school. You're not an athlete that happens to go to school. But what you are is a student athlete. That label means something. Scholarships go to those who can succeed in class and on field. That's what coaches are really looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always tell my athletes, if you can grind in the weight room and dominate on the field, you can pass your math class. It's about priorities. And the ones who figure that out, they win in life. It's as simple as that.
That's facts, straight facts. And you can't fake your way through this process. Both and ball, they go together. Always handle your business in both. And, the doors will open for you. So at this time, like we love to do with all of our podcast shows, is we drop gems. These are gems. These are actionable tips that you can take with you to help in your recruiting journey. So gem number 1, keep a weekly planner. Block out study and practice times. All right. Gym number 2, use study halls wisely. Please use study halls wisely. Don't waste that quiet time. And then gym 3, make academics part of your recruiting pitch. Show them your transcript with pride. All right. So those are our gems for the day. Use those and let them help you in your recruiting journey.
Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.
All right, Coach, in closing, I'd like to say this isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared. You want to ball at the next level? Handle your business in the classroom. It's all part of the same hustle. So listen, get your athlete on a college prospect report so they can be evaluated for scholarship opportunities. You can do this at collegeprospectreport.com/questionnaire. collegeprospectreport.com/questionnaire. I want to thank Coach Dave for taking the time out today to talk recruiting with us. And so as we sign out, for all my parents and athletes, today's actions shape tomorrow's success. Waiting is a dream killer. So take action now and make those dreams a reality. Peace.
Another powerful episode from Coach Esprit and Coach Day. If this helped you or someone you know, please share it. Subscribe, rate, and keep tuning in every other Tuesday for more of the Scholarship Hustle.